If you want to work in law, you might think your only option is university, a mountain of debt, and years before you even set foot on the floor of your first legal role. But what if you could qualify while working, earn a salary, and avoid university and the debt altogether? Legal apprenticeships are becoming increasingly popular as alternatives to the traditional route. So in this video, I'm going to discuss what they are, show you how they work, and how you can use a legal apprenticeship to get into law. So without any further delay, let's start with what is a legal apprenticeship. Well, a legal apprenticeship is a government-backed qualification that enables you to study whilst earning and working in the legal industry on your way to becoming a legal executive and later a solicitor. Now, there are three main routes you can take through a legal apprenticeship. The first is a paralegal apprenticeship, which is great if you're just starting out. Then the second, the solicitor apprenticeship, will take you all the way through to qualification. And then finally, we have the CILEX legal executive apprenticeship, which is an alternative to the solicitor route with a little bit more specialization in the industry you qualify in. So now let's move on to answering the question, why choose a legal apprenticeship over university? We've already touched on a lot of the positive reasons, but let's go through them again. So the first one is that there is no student debt. You do not get saddled with that £50,000 to £60,000 that you would get with a law degree. And to build on that further, the second positive is that you earn while you learn. So you're given a salary from day one of your legal apprenticeship, which you can expect to be around 20,000 Great British pounds. And then moving on from that, you get experience early in your career, so this puts you ahead of your university counterparts. And as well as this, there are plenty of opportunities for networking and also professional development earlier on in your career, again giving you that leg up over university students. So at the end, you still end up a fully qualified solicitor, except when compared to university students, you have a lot more practical experience and knowledge of the day-to-day workings of the firm that you work for, which could actually place you ahead of them in terms of moving up that ladder. Now let's move on to the third question, which is a legal apprenticeship a lesser qualification? And the first thing to say on this is that the answer is no. This is a common myth. If you were to take the solicitor apprenticeship, you would end up with exactly the same qualification and exactly the same practice rights as somebody who went to university and then took the SQE afterwards. And if you would go down the CILEX legal executive route, the result is exactly the same. Same qualification, same recognition, as you can transition to becoming a solicitor down the line. It just means that you get that more specific industry focused specialization during your qualification. So now let's move on to section number 4, which is who is the qualification for and how do I apply? Well, the legal apprenticeships are perfect for school leavers who don't want to go to university. They're also amazing for career changers who don't want to take on the burden of debt in order to retrain. And then finally, you've also got to consider that it is perfect for people who learn better on the job in the workplace than in a classroom. To apply, you don't go through UCAS, you go directly to firms that are providing these apprenticeships, or you go to training providers like Astranti Law, and we will put you in touch with those law firms and get that apprenticeship set up for you. It works exactly like a job application. So you start with an interview, then you go through the selection process, and then finally, once you've been selected, you have your onboarding process with your firm. And once again, at Astranti Law, we support you through the entire process, whether that is preparing your application or helping you with your training once you are part of your firm. And if you're thinking that this sounds like a great fit for me, then follow the link in the description to our website and check out our offering. You can even get in contact with us to speak to one of our team members who will again walk you through all the benefits and the process and get you set up if you decide to continue down this path. And if you found this video useful, make sure to hit like and subscribe so that you receive more legal content that will help you on your way to becoming a lawyer. And finally, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.